We are gamers without joysticks. My name is Cris, also known as the Rolling Ewok.
And I'm Sylvia, and on my bed it says Fidel Casserole. I go by either.
We're really into puns, as you can see. And this, friends, is the Go Back Game panel. No, it's not that manga from the 90s. This isn't about soccer. Dated joke is dated. Right, never use that again. But we're here to look at, obviously, female characters in video games. We love video games. We love women, in general. And, those two match together really nice in a chocolate and peanut butter kind of way. So, before we get started, how many people, who here thinks they know who the first human female video game character is?
First playable humanoid female character.
Wait, Samus?
No, we're not done.
So like, Samus? Well, my friends, you would be mistaken. It is not Samus. Samus came out in 86, 85, 86. Now, before her, we have predecessors. Yeah, this is why we emphasize humanoid. We have Ladybug. A lot of these are like early Atari games. They're very simple. They began in 1984, and it's a game called Girls Garden. And Lapri, who is our first humanoid playable character, here we go. She's the star of Girls Garden. Now, Girls Garden isn't exactly a shiny piece of feminist gameplay. Your mission is to collect flowers that are that are the best of the, I know how to speak. I do. I swear. Basically, you're in love with this dude, right? And dude's like, hey, I'm going to leave you for this other chick if you don't make me a really sweet bouquet, because I like flowers.
Because he's manly like that.
So your job is to collect these flowers. And they can't pick, if your bouquet has even one withered flower, he leaves you.
Which I think is ridiculous because you have to go to a countryside full of bees and bears and have a dog.
Right. On the way, you're having to deal with bees and bears. And you can collect honey from the bees to distract the bears. Like I said, not exactly the most shiny piece of feminist gameplay. But it gets us going with, you can see at the top, like that's however long you have to actually collect the bouquet. There's a little pot of honey. So then, we get, that's where we're at in 1984. Chasing after boyfriends who totally aren't worth it. Sorry, did I say that out loud? But then, going back, we have Ninja Princess, and we have Reika. Reika is from Time Gal. She's not, her design was more for the visual appeal, but she came before Samus. And so we got 1986 comes along with Metroid, which is sort of, it's a landmark in itself. And, the gameplay is really good. You're there on this planet to, be awesome, basically. And if you're awesome enough, at the end you have the wonderful revelation that Samus is a girl. What?
No way.
And I'm sorry if you didn't know that already. Spoilers.
Oh yeah,
You're gonna have spoilers.
So if you haven't played,
if you're a time traveler from the 80s, I'm sorry. But then, we see this, and people loved her anyway. People loved the fact that Samus was cool. She was efficient. She was, you wanted to have her life, and like, be that awesome and had aliens and she's had a few ups and downs. I feel really bad when I discuss other M.
Everybody feels bad when they discuss it.
Because, there was an attempt to sort of make Samus more complex. There were some issues within the game that I really wish they had developed better. But that's a personal, that's for an entirely different panel. But, there was an attempt. And what they missed, it sort of took away from who Samus was, and showed that sometimes character development isn't really what you need. Sometimes you just need that efficient, cool, wandering through spaceships and planets and kicking butt. A quick note. In Japan, around the same time, there was another character, and I'm really sorry, and I forgot the name of the game. I don't know what it is. Yes, thank you.
Welcome.
Can you please bring the tab of the water?
It's Baradu. Baradu?
Right. Yes.
Araduke.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Abridged. It's basically a space shoot 'em up, featuring a similar character named Tobi Kissy Masuyo. And she also sort of had that scene reveal that, she's a girl.
But they don't play it nearly as much as Samus, but she's pretty similar to Samus anyways.
And she's not as popular stateside, but, maybe one day we can help bring her over. And maybe see a cool crossover.
She already does a lot of cool crossovers. She was in the Mr. Driller games. She married then divorced Dig Dug, and then it's really really crazy. And
I wonder what the settlement was during that.
I get the drill, you get the cake. Fun. And then her son ends up as the main character at Mr. Driller, and it's really really crazy. But they never reference her, or they always make the mistake of referencing her as a boy, because all throughout her own game they don't reveal until the very end that she's a girl, and even then they don't really even say that she's a girl. You just see a picture of pixelated woman, you get off his toes.
And see, the point with these two sort of franchises that it's a situation where gender doesn't affect their ability. Gender doesn't affect how well they do their job or how compelling the gameplay is. It's sort of just, by the way, I'm a chick. So, deal with it or whatever. Sort of, an example of where gender sort of defines gameplay is Princess Peach. Look, I love me some Princess Peach, but she's been getting a short stick for years now. But I will pass that over to Sylvia.
Yeah. So, Princess Peach, she's had her ups and downs, always getting captured, always getting rescued, and then falling the same thing day in, day out. That's not her fault. But, since 1985, when it initially came out, she was always, the damsel in distress mistress of all Super Mario Brothers. Actually, her first playable game was in the Super Mario Bros. 2, which wasn't a little after, but all she had was kind of that little floaty thing, and then she could go ahead and jump a lot in the others, which is still cool, but still, she could have had something. And eventually, she went and got her own game, which was Super Princess Peach. I don't know if any of you guys played it, but she had emotional powers.
I don't understand. What do they mean by that?
She would go ahead and cry, and it would make the plants grow, so she can go ahead and climb up them. She still had her floaty power. She had a parasol that did people. And she would get super angry, get super strong, but then you really couldn't control her. She went into berserk mode. So,
you can see how this is problematic.
Yeah. They've kept her as a playable character in other ones, which is great. But they've kind of kept her in that same kind of mentality. Even in the new Super Mario 3D World, which is an awesome game by the way, she still has her skirt floaty power. Really not all that much faster than the rest of them. But at least in Super Smash Bros, she kind of gets a lot cooler. Doesn't really have those emotional powers and can do things. But that's, I guess that's her own little thing. And then there's...
Oh, we did want to touch on the fact that even in Super Mario RPG, she's still the support class, the healer.
Yeah.
Which are almost sort of traditionally feminine role. Thank you. Which are, it's sort of a feminine role within fantasy RPGs. You have the healer, they have to sit back instead of fighting and, offer heals, which is it's a good role, but you don't exactly see a lot of guys doing it.
They also added a few more female characters, in the Super Mario World, like Rosalina,
Daisy,
and Daisy. But they're still they have this. Was it Speedy Attack of Doom? That's what I'm going to call it.
Well, they're very delicate and they're very.
Of course.
And feminine is not bad. Delicate is not bad. It's when you sort of begin to limit what a character can do based on how much they like pink is when you start into some trouble. And Peach, there's so much more to Peach that we could. I for one would give her a sword or something. Womp on Bowser.
Well, at least she got to go and rescue Mario in her own game. I mean, that'll be the emotion challenge.
Yeah.
Can't win them all, I guess.
Speaking of princesses,
there's our new favorite one,
Zelda. Zelda has come a long way, has she not?
Hang in there, baby. She's always a character of high stature, princess, leader of a group, daughter of a monarch, Her first playable game was actually in the not so memorable, not so great CDI Zelda games.
Don't speak of that.
We don't.
We must speak on them so that we must learn from history. Also, listen, it's proof that you can sometimes get flowers from manure, okay? That's the proof.
They learned to never do that again. It works. But yeah, and then there's also the Operator of Time, and she goes and gets her ultimate persona. If you guys don't know, she is Sheik. I'm sorry.
Spoilers again.
Spoilers. And don't try to go ahead and tell me that it was really her cross-dressing, because it wasn't. They even talked about it in Hyrule Historia. Okay, look this up. Fight with me. I did this. I mean, she's still not a playable character in Ocarina of Time, but she is a little bit more intricate into the actual storyline.
Yeah, she actually affects the plot. Without her,
Yeah.
Link is screwed. Where
Though
else is he going to get all those musical...
I just want to kind of touch on that. Technically, if she didn't give him Ocarina of Time, he wouldn't have opened the door, get it over. You know what? That's the sense one. I've played it in and out, okay? I know, man.
He's gone back and forth on this.
Yeah. Alright, and then there's also Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, which are both good games. They're both the handheld. They're based off the, Hyrule's covered in water. And if you don't know, also again, Zelda's Tetra. I'm sorry to go ahead and break that to you again. But she's
We're just going to spoil everything
We're just gonna spoil everything for you. I'm sorry. But in Spirit Tracks, Zelda is also another playable character again. You kind of, not really Zelda, kind of Zelda. You're really twirling, suit of armor that has her spirit inside of it. She's playable. I'm gonna take her.
We will take what we can get. Until things get better, yes.
And then the ones where I go ahead and say she's probably most prominent and probably her strongest would be either Super Smash and Hyrule Warriors. If you've never played either of the games, I highly recommend it. They have it in the game room.
Some of us don't have the equipment to play that.
Check it out or steal somebody. Well, don't do that second part. I lied.
We don't advocate either. Do not steal someone's Wii U.
Don't do that. But Super Smash, Zelda, Zeke are playable characters, but in the later ones, they actually become their own separate entities. Go ahead and bringing them apart, which is actually really great. I thought that was really nice. It was really nice though. And then in Twilight Princess, they actually go ahead and bring her out as the Regent of the Land. Even though she's still a princess, nobody's really above her, and she's finally kind of taking care of her own self and her own land, which are kind of hiring the whole.
Can you talk a bit about Hyrule Warriors, like what she does, what her abilities are?
Power Warriors, I personally really enjoy. It's like a mix between Zelda and Dynasty Warriors. Fantastic game. Zelda, along with a whole bunch of other series female characters, are playable within this game. It has its own story arc, and Zelda kind of has her own little story in it, but she watches all over Hyrule, but then all the other bosses from all the other previous Zelda games, or at least the big major ones, are back again and they're attacking it. But she is strong-willed, she has a variety of weapons, not only her rapier and unfortunately a baton. But she totally takes charge and, sorry for the language, but kicks ass throughout the whole thing. She demolishes everything. I play her probably more than out of any of the characters there. But not only Zelda's playable, but Zelda, Lana, please no Archer jokes, because I already did that one earlier. Ruto, Sheik, Midna, Agatha, and Fi. I don't think Fi.
Isn't Impa one of the playable?
Who?
Impa.
Oh yeah, Impa.
Yeah.
I totally forgot her. I'm sorry. Forgive me, Impa. Alright. So, but in Hyrule Warriors, just also let you know, everybody's a healer. So it's no longer that trope where only the female's a healer. Everybody. Link, Zelda, technically even the bad guys are healers, even though unintentional.
And that sort of opens your ability to strategize and things like that.
Not true. I'm hungry, that's where you are.
Actually, the other game that sort of diversifies the healing role is Fire Emblem.
That's true.
You have, characters who are like war priests or... I love Brady. Brady's the best.
He's useless at first, but you like him.
He's not useless. But a lot of the roles in Fire Emblem are very diversified. And you can change their classes. So it opens up with a little more customability. And when you're able to have that, then it frees up your options and it makes gameplay more interesting.
Especially with now the new Pokemon and even the Fire Emblem one they go and have where you can go ahead and create your own character, female or male, customize it like all the more RPG games.
Right. But that's something we'll touch on in a little bit. Miss Lara Croft. I have to make a confession. I have never played a Tomb Raider game.
You're missing out.
I know, I'm sorry.
Who doesn't want to see her die?
I will hand in my badge at the end of the week. But the thing with Lara Croft is that she sort of, she's always been an interesting character. Her story arcs, from what I researched, because I did research this, I haven't played, but I did research, she's always had interesting gameplay. She's always got characterization. She's this explorer, she's an adventurer, she's tough, she's badass. But the big thing with her is her body type. She's, we all remember how she started out. She's been kind of blessed. And I have to, being blessed myself, being an adventurer and doing those kinds of flips, you risk blocking out your own eyes. It's not, you really need some good strong support and just, it's not,
That tank top's not gonna come. No.
yeah, that tank top, unless she's got some kind of special tech thing going on,
Drink a lot of it, you don't know.
you're gonna black out your eyes doing the stuff that she does. To say nothing of the amount of back pain you're getting. But over the years, we've seen her, as the technology has gotten better, we've seen her body sort of change and not grow. Well, we've seen her change and become a bit more realistic, a bit closer to an actual, ideal, or this sort of normal.
We use that word very loosely because it's nobody is normal, but I guess you're gonna. I call it aerodynamic.
Less likely to blacken your own eyes, let's put it that way. So we have current Laura from the new reboot. I believe her personality is also different. She starts out sort of, thrusted into a situation that she didn't ask for, and she sort of grows from there into sort of the forceful, powerful woman that, that the annals of history know and love. But she also looks like an average college-age girl. which is really refreshing. She's slender, but she's not super thin. She looks athletic. She looks like she can do the kind of things that she does in the games. She can do some brutal things, let me tell you.
Yeah, you have Blades once she can do something.
Yes, but when I was researching, it was rather impressive the things that she did. Her body is plausible, is what I'm trying to get at. And when you have a plausible heroine, it's easier to connect with her, to sort of root for her. You know, in some cases, to even want to be her or dress up like her. And I hear that game is really hard. There's a lot of stuff in it. But you pull through. You want to pull through. You've got a character that you bond with. And no matter the difficulty. And speaking of difficulty,
brings us to our next one. That same year, our Miss Jill Valentine went and came out. I don't know if you guys ever played the first Resident Evil, but the first one you had two characters to choose from, Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine. And at the time, the female character was equating it pretty much as the easy choice than the male companion. She went and had more slots, more capability to go and hold ammunition, a lockpick so you can go ahead and get through the doors to go ahead and avoid zombies, and just all around supposed to be an easier character. If you've never played it, when you go ahead and select between the two, you can go ahead and see that it's very obvious. And I think after a while, even Capcom saw that they didn't have to go and have the female as an easy character, because not too long later, when Resident Evil 3 Nemesis came out, which is my second or something, Jill Valentine went and got her own game all to herself, which was Nemesis, which is pretty great. You know, had a little scary face. They didn't want to save your Dreamcast. Okay. That was the best sister ever. Before its time.
well, and then even in 2, when you had Chris Redfield, Chris Redfield and Claire.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Leon Kennedy.
Yeah.
Leon Kennedy and Claire Redfield. I know my siblings.
They're not your siblings.
Anyway, you have even, the gameplay between them was pretty balanced. Obviously, there were things that they did differently. Claire had the glider, Leon had the glider and Claire had the lockpick. But as far as difficulty went, they were both about the same. I can remember having the same level of frustration both on certain puzzles. And so it seemed like Capcom understood that you don't have to necessarily hand them the game on a silver platter. If your game is good, your characters are compelling, they'll stick with it. And so what we end up with is Resident Evil 3 with Jill being,
Well, typically plays a lead.
Yeah, but being not just the lead, but a capable lead who can take on, who can get through the challenges set before her. And a character that the player wants to stick with, no matter how hard puzzles get, or how frustrating that zombie is jumping on your face for the third time. And that's good. That's a good thing. That's something that companies should continue to keep in mind as we progress forward. Sorry, I have no witty segue for this one. But we're going to talk about not just Mass Effect, but their impact on character customization. When it's sort of big and important to me to bring up the fact that the sort of default Commander Shepard was based around a female model, because in a lot of RPGs, in a lot of games where you can customize your character, the general default, even within Mass Effect actually, the first game is a male default. There, sort of, there's this almost this expectation that, of course you're gonna play a dude. Like, this is a sci-fi exploration game. Why are you gonna pick a chick? Like, this is a dude's world, right? And
It's funny because it's not on her.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, the fans felt differently. And so when this news came out, it was a joy of triumph all over the world, I guess. But basically the customization, the opening up of letting yourself design exactly the sort of character you want to be or you want to see, sort of, it helps that wish fulfillment. It opens up the, oh my goodness, the word escapes me. I'm so sorry. The ability to sort of put yourself in their shoes.
Identify with.
And almost live that life vicariously. It's a
Player proxy?
player proxy. I think that's the word. And just to be able to see yourself in that role, doing those things, and to not be docked points for it because of, you know, how you express, what your external expression is. In that series, Commander Shepard, regardless of whether it's male or female Shepard, is taken seriously, is considered a formidable warrior, gets stuff done. And it was pretty big. I remember when the third game came out, it was pretty big because the ads focused on both male Shep and femme Shep. And the covers on the games, you know, you saw femme Shep on the cover of the game on the box art, and that was wild because nobody had ever done that before. And you know, even within BioWare's own collection, like Dragon Age, you don't really. I love the games, but you don't really see that sort of push. And so when it happened with 3, it was this, like, almost this sort of rebellious move, like, ooh, we're putting a woman on the front, and it's like, ooh. But it was great, and we loved it, and I wish we saw more of that. I remember in my research reading about how Saints Row has a really good character customization feature that lets you pretty much create anyone of any body type, you know, of any sort of color, size. And I wish we saw that in more games because, you know, the world of fiction should be as diverse as our world. And that's something that I hope to see more of in games in the future. Lovely Bandana. Speaking of design.
Very lovely design, by the way. I haven't heard anything.
And also designed by Mari Shiwazaki, a female.
Yeah, people are like, it's a design created by men for men. It's like it's actually created by a woman, asked for by the director. I mean, she's like a strong, independent female witch. I want to call it a woman, but she's a witch. With a wide range of weapons and torture attacks and whatever. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but she like literally has, what's it called? A little class thing. Iron Maiden, there you go. That just destroys them in horrible, spooky ways, but that's beside the point. Some people are off what I heard, and they see her like maybe overly provocative, but actually her character was designed by a woman, and she made her look this way because she wanted to make her A, fashionable, and B, intelligent, and I guess glasses equals intelligence.
Well, it's just that she wanted to create a character who owned her sexuality, like was very confident in her own powers, who is also intelligent, who, you know, had her cake and ate it too, and enjoyed it. And so there's a lot of, it is hypersexualized, but there's more to it, there's more depth, there's more complexity. Within the game, she does have a rather complex character range that is, you know, dismissed because people only see the tight-fitting clothes and the curves, and you know, they don't look past that because that's how society is, unfortunately. but the game is also very well researched. It looks at
Yeah, they look at Greek mythology, or no?
no, you're in medieval
There you
European
go.
things about witches,
Yeah.
and it's just a really pretty game. Like if you've never played it, go out and play it. You won't regret it.
Oh, the first one's yours.
Yeah. But there is a game that if super slender body types are not entirely your thing,
That we feel is pretty diversified.
perhaps you might want to look into Borderlands.
Oh,
Borderlands by Gearbox Software. I had the wonderful opportunity to attend their panel at PAX South, and they were asked by a fan if it was intentional that they would create women of, well, characters of color, characters of different sizes, characters of diverse sexualities. You know, if that was intentional, or if they didn't even think about it and they just wrote characters that they loved. And the answer is basically, yeah, that it's not a ploy to pull you in, it's not a pandering trick. These characters exist because the creators want them to exist. And they're all, you know, very fleshed out. They're
all well-rounded characters.
They
They all
are.
have their own personality.
and then the best part is that there are women who are dangerous. Like, not dangerous because it's sexy, as in dangerous as in, no, listen, you will end up dead if you cross her.
Tiny Tina.
You have Nisha, who's a sheriff, who pretty much will kill you for any reason. Lady Hammerlock, who, you know, she's got ice powers. And, you know, she's not shy about using them.
Tiny Tina.
Oh yes,
She'll just blow you up.
yeah. There's a wonderful age range. You have Gage, who has a prosthetic arm, representing for us to see women. Yes. Ellie, who plays Ellie as well. She's a big lady and she's proud of it. She's not ashamed of it.
She looks pretty good.
She loves who she is, and that's beautiful. Like, that's the kind of thing that we love to see, you know, in our media, because it reflects on us. And you never know who is playing these games, who is watching these shows, and what they can take away from, you know, seeing somebody who looks like them. And that's the point we want to bring. That's the point we want to get to right here, which is diversity.
Because that game has something for everything. It has tall women, big women, small women, thin women, darker women like Baroness Hammerlock, who's a horrible woman.
She's amazing.
I mean, Athena, Nisha, Lilith, Maya, just a wide range of women, of playable characters of different statures, different personalities. Some of them have their own personal issues, just like you and I. Like one has, was it?
They struggle. One of them struggles with addiction to iridium.
Body dysmorphia.
You know, there's body dysmorphia. There's and really that sort of thing extends outward. I was reading an article about the Mad Max film, Fury Road, and the person who was criticizing the film, in a good way, said that when you have many women who can, when you have multiple women playing different roles, you can allow them to play different roles, and that way you're not depending on one token female to do everything. You can have, you know, strong women who lead the group. You can have, quote unquote, weaker women who they cry a lot or that need to be cared for. You can have older women, you know, who have seen a lot of stuff and aren't going to take it anymore. You can have people who are easily led. And it makes your world that much more realistic. It sells, in a way, it sells better. It's more believable. Because, you know, our world has many different kinds of people in it. And it's important that the worlds that we escape to are havens where, you know, I mean, we can pretty much do anything in fiction. So why aren't we taking that step to actually do anything or to do everything? So.
I bought a couple of those couch co-op. I mean, all that other stuff too, but couch co-op.
Well, I was thinking generally with our games, it would be lovely to see, you know, more female-led roles,
Oh, yeah.
or more better integrated cast.
That's true. If you just have one type of generic cast, I mean, it's not going to be for a very interesting story or a very interesting person that you're not really going to get into or invest your time into get to know anyways.
Yeah, you know, have a nice mishmash. Get in there and give us, you know, complex characters that, you
Have you
know,
grown to love?
they grow to love, and then crush our souls when you put them through hardships.
Give them drunk now.
We will try and yell, but we'll still play. Look at you, BioWare.
Did anybody else have any questions?
I mean, we sort of sped right through this, but I would be interested in hearing from you guys.
If you guys have any